What's up, wrestling fans? It is WrestleMania 41 week. There is so much going on. Unbreakable is Thursday night. The countdown to Unbreakable is Thursday night. It's actually the Impact. So the Impact is going to lead right into Unbreakable. Friday is whatever. I don't know. Sorry about that. The weekend is WrestleMania. And then a week from now is Rebellion. Uh, got some quick news before we get to Gary. Awesome, great news just popped. Fightful debunked a ridiculous story from bodyslam.net. I think it came from my old pal Gerard, part of Team Scott. They just said this. Okay, ready? So they said Gail Kim and Ariel Schnerer were both fired after giving an ultimatum to the new TNA president. I, at the time, called it a sad attempt to save face for a sexual deviant enabler, Scott Demore. I said nobody would give an ultimatum like that after they fired Scott. There's no chance. Like, I didn't know the story. I just know that no one would fucking do that. So Fightful Select says today, Fightful Select, WWE had considered bringing in Hendry onto Raw for a storyline, feuding with The Miz. The idea was scrapped by former TNA Senior Vice President of Content, blah, 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 Ariel Schnerer. Reportedly disagreed with creative direction, particularly the plan for Hendry to lose. Now, I've heard people say, like you mentioned, sorry, what's up, Gary? Gary mentioned that people at Asylum and wherever else. What were they saying about this?
More or less that it was mentioned that with him being Hendry being on the lower end of the other side of the card, he was to lose, I guess, clean, from what I'm hearing, to obviously the more chiseled veteran in The Miz.
Yeah.
And I guess Ariel was having none of this, and I guess he was very voice about his opinion on it, and it became public, and the rest was history, and I guess that's why he's not out of a job, I guess.
Good God, what a clown. What an idiot, small-minded. And this is why TNA fired 20 fucking people. From Anthem fired about 20 people. Either because they're deviants. Wait, hang on. Let me finish with this, okay? Because this gets a little wild. The incident contributed to WWE's growing dissatisfaction with Schneer, who was later fired from TNA. Okay? Notice, no mention of Gail Kim, which is what bodyslam.net said. Remember? Him and Gail gave an ultimatum to the fucking guy? Yeah. Okay. So this guy gave an ultimatum knowing they hate him. You know what I mean? Knowing they don't like him. Ready for this one? There's more, and it's creepy. Additionally, some NXT talent had requested Schneer not be present in their locker room. Now, Fightful says not due to personal issues, but because they felt only active talent was to be there. I'm going to scratch that part out from Fightful's list. Fuck that. Why is there anyone like this in the fucking locker rooms? And you can think it's weird? Guess what? It's not weird. It's par for the course. It's Team Scott. These are fucking Scott's people. They hang out in fucking locker rooms, dying to fuck people. And that's why they're all fucking fired. Not because of some ultimatum that fucking Gerard made up, that fucking pussy. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't know either if it was like Don Callis creepy with the stuff
Totally,
with
yeah.
Scarlet kind of stuff or not, but like that's not a good look.
No, I mean, what is he doing in the fucking locker room? And it doesn't say, we don't see if it's men's or women's. We don't know.
Yeah.
But good God, what the fuck are you doing in a locker? Seriously, what are they?
Yeah.
I swear Tina makes me angry with this shit. But whatever, he's gone. This is great news. I got the story right once again. I didn't even know the fucking story. I just read that bullshit from... Like, I didn't even reach out to anyone. I could have easily reached out to people at Anthem that are still there. There's like one dude still there that I know. Because they literally fired everyone because Scott was a fucking moron. And so was the guy on top of him, Ed Nordholm, because he wasn't paying attention to Scott. But he's still there, so I can't say anything too bad about him. Okay, countdown to Unbreakable. We have the lineup. This is the pre-show, just so no one's confused. Thursday is the pre-show, and it's pretty cool. I mean, much better than I thought. Elijah takes center stage, so he'll have a little thing. Zia versus Jasmine Nixed with Fallon Henley. Again, former NXT champion Fallon Henley. These are the big-time NXT girls. We're very close. Heather by Elegance and Maggie Lee versus Gigi and Tatum. I think everyone likes those two. Leon Slater versus Brian Myers. And then Jakara with Lash versus Jody. No, I have that backwards. Jakara versus Lash versus Danny, right? With Jody?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of NXT. And like you said, we don't have there's not a huge amount of matches announced.
No.
Maybe there's going to be some kind of NXT thing here.
Something being labeled. But yeah, like maybe there's going to be a little bit of interjection going on, like because it is live.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe, or like they can add maybe, like, you know what I mean, like this match tonight will now become, we're going to move this to Unbreakable.
Yeah, that could be.
Santino. Okay.
Yeah.
Updated card for. Shit. Oh wait, sorry. Wait, fuck. Hang on. We had more news, didn't we? X-Pac. X-Pac. I wrote this morning that he is going to. Oh shit. Sorry. TNA on YouTube TV. We should have led with that. How many of you know this is a thing? Because I didn't. I had no idea TNA was on YouTube TV. I have YouTube TV. I've had it for a really long time. Last week I logged on. I would just scroll down a little bit, and like the channels aren't buried. So like, there's no way this is not new. I just don't know how new it is. So it's on YouTube TV. I'm pretty sure you can get it if you simply have Red Zone. You know NFL Red Zone?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like
when,
yeah.
Like where the recap, like where
yeah, the greatest channel ever. Yeah, it's the greatest. Yeah, the greatest channel ever made.
Yeah.
It's basically like a home run channel if they knew home runs were coming, but they can't. So whatever. So it's on a Sports Plus package right now. I think you have to pay like $10 a month, but you get like all these sports channels. So like, it's not like a terrible, you know what I mean? It's not like you just have to buy TNA. You get TNA Plus. You get TNA, which is a 24/7 TNA channel. It's not just Impact. It's literally TNA every second of the day. And then there's the Fight Network, which is right next to it. And I'm sure that's part of the same package. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like this is huge news that nobody knows about or is reporting. And
a little bit of more news coming from Izzy Moreno camp about possibly becoming a TNA knockout.
Yeah, she's been pushing it for a while.
Yeah, she's keeping her options open. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's more to it from what I'm reading here. I just kind of feel.
I think I think it's already planned. She's going to stop in TNA, maybe work TNA for a little. But she's like, I don't know if you know, she's like the Bailey super fan.
Oh, okay.
So from like years ago, she made like a video about like being a huge Bailey fan or whatever, right? And then she made videos about like I think she made.
We are working with NXT, so.
Oh, totally. And I mean, yeah, this girl's like the super fan, but whatever. She was like the Bailey super fan, so I'm pretty sure she has to end up in WWE, but she can stop with.
Somebody said
she could stop with TNA.
It'll be okay as long as they keep her parents away, because apparently did they try to sue TNA or something at one point? Ago. I don't know if it's.
I don't know that. I'm trying to stay away from stories like that because I have written so many disgusting stories in the last week or so, and I got to give some shit to Moose. I hate to do it, but Moose is one of a handful of extremely powerful people in the wrestling business who happen to be friends with a convicted fucking pedophile sex offender chasing rants. Hulk Hogan, Booker T, Kenny Omega, Ricochet, and Moose. Those are all the names I found that are like... Moose literally defended him once. I mean...
Wow.
I have a picture. It's on my site. Hulk Hogan, I don't know who this fucking two other guys, rants, and I swear to God, it's got to be an 8-year-old girl. And like, Rance is looking like, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking, I swear to God, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and you'd think Hulk Hogan would kind of avoid something like that with all the recent, negativity coming out of his camp with the racism and stuff that.
I mean, it's not even just him. His brother was arrested for sex crimes against a toddler.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, a month ago, Booker T decides, I'm going to go fucking train with this guy. A month ago. Like everyone else, Moose, Omega, did this shit 10 years ago. Booker T did it 2 fucking weeks ago or a month ago. And then he put this bullshit up. Oh, I can't look up everyone I go to school with. And I'm like, dude, that's the stupidest fucking thing you could have said. Because that means you might be doing this with God knows who else. You know what I mean? Because he can't, which I don't believe either. I don't believe that. Do you believe WWE doesn't have someone that looked into that shit? You know what I mean? Like, do you really believe Booker T didn't know who this guy was? You can Google his name. the first thing you Google when you Google his name is his records.
Yeah.
His records. He's a sex offender, a child sex offender. So after Booker T met with him, he got arrested again. Okay? And I say it's because he was probably feeling good about himself, you know what I mean? Because people like Booker T give him fucking credibility. Again, former TNA guy, so I'm kind of hitting on both things here. Former TNA guy, Booker T, so.
Don't think I'm not interested in what you're saying. It's just, I get sick of all this pedophile.
Oh, me too. I know.
Bullshit. It just drives me crazy.
I think everyone does. And I think everyone, and I think they don't want to see it, but I'm sorry, sometimes we have to. It's not going to go away unless we fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm with you.
I had an aunt that let things go on, and she let too much go on, much the way the current world is. People let things go on too often with kids, especially celebrities, and no different with wrestlers,
Yep. Okay. Hang on, I'm just going to say something before I jump to the YouTube TV thing. What the hell was that? The Unbreakable card. No, it's actually bigger than you think, I bet. Wentz versus JDC versus Eric Young. That's the first semifinal. We know Francis is in there, which...
Oh, okay, that's the stuff I'm leaving out. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, what the match? Okay. Then Eddie versus Ace versus Macklin.
Okay.
Now you said people were talking about this. There's going to be one of two winners, I think. Ace Austin, like you mentioned before, we all know. We recently found out that Chris Bay having a Chris Bay breakfast thing because this is in Vegas where he lives.
Yeah, the Q&A.
Yeah, so he's definitely gonna be there. He's at Unbreakable. So all Chris Bay has to do is come out, stand on that, what's it called? The ramp. And I'm picturing a movie moment, when the guy's getting his ass kicked and he looks up and he sees fucking his boy on the ramp who, was paralyzed or whatever, and then he hulks up and whatever, and then Ace Austin wins it.
Yeah, it says the day's going to feature a full day of events to spotlight Chris Bay, who suffered a broken neck last October during a match in Detroit, Michigan.
Or how about this? We don't know what shape he's in yet. What if he can actually wrestle? He gets down to the ring and he turns on Ace.
Wrestling.
There's so many things we have nobody has any idea what to do. But whatever, I hate to laugh because he could be fucked up really bad.
No, he could be in a neck brace and then just rip it off and start.
And then here's one that was added. I didn't even realize this was a match. Santana and the Hardys versus Mustafa and the Nemets. Oh, that's the one you were saying. That's what you were saying. That's that's the setup for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because Santana goes against Ali and the Hardy. Okay, yeah, that's cool. This is the other one you mentioned. Hendry and Masha versus Kaz and Tessa. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, a bit of a bragging rights kind of thing because these are future opponents for Rebellion.
Is it a mixed tag? Do we know?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is it a tag where the guys can fight the girls?
Oh, I'm not sure on that one. Okay. I would think probably not.
Damn it. What the hell? Again, I'm not a huge fan of that, but Tessa's so good at it, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't think they'd risk it only because, it's 10 days away.
Yeah. Okay, then we got Sammy versus Mance in the Barbed Wire Massacre. That could be wild.
Yeah.
And then the final, Francis versus...
And obviously, Steph Delander's going to be at her man's side in that, so...
Okay, before the whole Bay thing came, before I knew Bay was going to be there, I thought Eddie Edwards was 100% winning this.
Hell yeah!
But and then you said people talking about Macklin winning this. So, I think it's funny. The top three guys that everyone's thinking are in the one match, and then the other match is Wentz, JDC, and Eric Young. I don't hear anyone talking about them having a chance, even though one of them is definitely in the finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wentz wouldn't really make sense. I don't think.
I don't mean to
no chance, JDC.
But did you catch that? Back to the Sami Callihan thing really quick. I didn't know if it was ever taught by you or anybody, but apparently he took to Twitter and he mentioned that titles meant nothing to him, kind of indicating that he wasn't going to
like that. I like that.
He didn't. They didn't mean anything to him. He worried about Mansour, and that's shortly after he deleted it because they said it was giving the match away.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back onto what you were saying.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I could see that. I could totally see him doing that. But speaking of, sorry, we forgot about this before. Samoa Joe was recently on Chris Van Fleet, whatever. He asked him his TNA Mount Rushmore. I hate doing these. I feel like these are so goddamn hard, but whatever. Samoa Joe probably knows better than most. AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Abyss, and Jeff Jarrett. He also explained Jeff Jarrett needed to be there because he started TNA, which I feel like it's such a backhanded compliment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then he elaborated on Abyss. A lot of people don't realize the amount of physical punishment and hurt and pain and effort that Abyss put into a lot of the matches to make them happen. I think he's one of the most underrated guys in TNA lore. He really, really is.
But I think
you agree, right? I think you're a big Abyss fan now.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that comment about it because he started. I mean, I think he kind of neglected to mention that Jeff kind of was a bit of a champion too.
Oh, totally. I mean, he could have said like he was also a 5-time champion. But to be fair, I'm not reading. I'm reading Cultaholics. It just said explaining that Jarrett needed to be there for starting team in the first place. Like he might have elaborated. He probably elaborated more on Jarrett. Like I'm just reading the part where he elaborated on Abyss because that's what the story is.
I agree, but like as far as Abyss, I mean he kept that hardcore division alive. Like I kind of felt like when we needed hardcore wrestling, I kind of felt like he kind of still kept the ECW version of wrestling alive because he did actually lead.
And not like the lame, the lame way where like it's just Rhino, Rhino back doing his Rhino. And again, no offense to Rhino, but it's like it was just like he did it in a new way. You know what I mean? Like if this was like just a different character, he was.
Yeah, and I think
fans still miss Abyss. That's one hole they never filled. Or okay, well we did with what's the name of it? The Canadian turncoat. What's his name? PCO.
Oh yeah, and I think what it is with Abyss, what happened is when we started watering them down with the fake barbed wire and stuff, and people saw right through that, like they were like, I think that's when he kind of called it quits because I think he wanted to still do the hardcore stuff.
Yeah, he was one of those guys where I said like he can't do anything else. Like, and I even made an article. I made a video. Anyone can look for it. It's literally like one of the first videos I made. It was called like "Needs More Love." Abyss.
Yeah.
That would be videos about like people I thought that needed more love, and it was like simply like this dude kills himself, like Mankind, like even Foley I don't think gets enough love. Like I was. Oh my god, I'm doing it again! Holy shit, I'm doing it again! Fuck! I just got up and walked away. I have to remember I can't get up and walk away until Gary figures out what the hell's going on with his goddamn internet. Super frustrating, bro. Super frustrating. I'm doing way too much over here. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
We talked for like 5 minutes before, and I was just rambling things because I don't even know what's happening really anymore in life.
But I would give him at least another run with the world title because I think the wrestling promotions like a monster running thing. Running a company for a year with a title is.
Totally.
I don't know. I think that's not done enough, really.
Totally.
I mean,
Totally.
Monster, kind of.
And who doesn't like monsters? I mean, it's the easiest thing to book. It's like
you know what I mean.
It's an easy thing to book. It's an easy thing to do, and that's what pisses me off with Savannah so much. Like Savannah Evans, like goddamn, it's like there's a monster right there, just waiting to be a monster. Why can't we let her be a monster?
Who didn't enjoy the Kane run as champion when he was in WWE?
I mean, again, but how about back to what's his name? Who didn't love friggin' Abyss? How many TNA fans loved Abyss?
Yeah,
but whatever. I mean, like we all love an awesome con. Like we all love fucking monsters.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're easy to book. I don't know. It's very weird that they don't do that. I don't know why. And it's one of those things it's one of those little things that frustrates me. Like, just why? It'd be such an easy thing to add on.
And I honestly think something like that is very much is what's missing in the knockouts division. A true monster.
Totally, yeah. Because like you can, what's the words? Oh, sorry. Rich Swann is a free agent.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did hear
Now
that.
I heard a lot of people. What'd you say? Like everybody was like, "Oh, no shit."
Yeah, like they haven't really missed him, so there's really no surprise. And then like with the recent stuff with,
I mean, I get it, but I'm sorry. This dude fucking was the champion that lost to Omega.
Yeah. Yep.
Where was Ariel Schnerer?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he crying at the time about Kenny Omega taking the title and then never even losing it back to someone? You want to know why? Because he's a mark. Like I'm telling you, a lot of these people.
And how far did he fall after he lost the title too? Because he couldn't even
off a
win
fucking off a cliff. He fell off a fucking cliff.
Yeah,
a cliff that he's never gotten back toward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he got to be with Willie Mack, and then we couldn't even keep him. And I feel like to this day, I think that was a big mistake, never re-signing Willie Mack and just ditching Rich Swann.
Where is Willie Mack right now?
Last time I heard, he was with AEW and the Ring of Honor side of things, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Me and Robles really want a, I don't know, more 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
And we think it could be happening if you do, because Maria's out there. There's a few other people, whatever. Silas, we could finally use. We could finally use Silas.
Okay. You could use ACH too. He's on the Indies. He's part of Ring of Honor.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's what I was kind of saying to Robles. Like, dude, I'm sure there's so many of these. Like, we're just not thinking of the right ones or whatever. And but yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones. And sorry, I started reading and then I made a mistake. Okay.
But the problem with ACH is he likes to cancel a lot of his bookings.
Oh yeah.
What he did last week. So
I mean, hell, here's another very interesting one. The IWGP Tag Championships were vacated because Jeff Cobb kind of quickly left the company. Could we see Jeff Cobb at Unbreakable?
Wow.
I mean, I can't think of anything else happening this week. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Jeff. I mean, like, Jeff Cobb probably got a contract to go to fucking, what's his name? It's WrestleMania week.
Yeah. No, yeah, could be that. But, I mean, it could be cool, too, to just see him. I mean, because he could show up and just make an appearance.
Totally. Okay, here's what. I have a crazy theory. Tell me how crazy it is. TNA made Unbreakable for what? What was the reason? Do you remember? Because it was 20 years ago.
Oh, because of AJ.
But what do you mean, like, because of AJ? Like, why did TNA bring back Unbreakable? I mean, why did TNA bring back Unbreakable? Didn't they have a reason?
I know that it was a three-way with
Joe
AJ,
and
Joe and Daniels.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they mentioned, like, we're bringing this back because it happened, 20 years ago, whatever the hell it was. And, like, they wanted to put on a match similar. I could have sworn that was part of it. Maybe it wasn't. But, I mean, either way, even if they didn't say that, like, you know what I mean? Of course they would want to put on a match similar. It's friggin', one of the greatest matches ever. Of course they want to put on a similar match to the greatest match ever. So, what the fuck is AJ Francis doing in there?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, what do you think about this? How many times has he fucked around with AJ Styles?
Yeah.
It's right before WrestleMania weekend. Fuck. But I mean, you have AJ Styles pop in. You know what I mean? The place fucking loses their mind. He's like, dude, you still talking shit about me? You know what I mean? And he's like,
well, how many times did Josh Alexander use the Styles Clash too over the years?
Oh yeah,
months prior. Like he used that many times. Like I kind of felt like they were going to bring him in many months before that.
Totally.
And I don't know if the writing wasn't wasn't on the wall at that time.
Okay, am I totally crazy, or is there any chance they do like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a, what the hell? Freaking.
I do know
I don't know how they could do it. I'm just thinking like, he does like a, AJ pops in and he's like, hey, heard you've been talking, heard you've been abusing me all the time.
I do know his goal is to retire when he hits 50. Yeah. And he is, 48? Yeah. So, I mean, there's no reason why he could, pop in here soon and, be retired and,
That's what I'm thinking. Like, he just pops in, does something, really fast, kind of a joke thing with AJ, you want to wrestle me for your spot tonight? And AJ either, runs off or just gets humiliated in 10 seconds. And then AJ Styles wrestles that match. Am I a crazy person?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I popped it on YouTube, and I just thought it was very funny and come up. It said AJ Styles 2005, and I want to say it said World Heavyweight Championship. So I don't know if this is maybe he cashes something in, option C, or I don't know. I just feel like there's something to him, something big could happen tonight, or why do I keep saying tonight? Thursday night on Unbreakable.
Yeah, that's not helpful to me. I had a rough night. I don't know what day it is. Now I got this dude confusing me about which day it is. And
you think it is Thursday night? I don't know why.
We have an insane week of wrestling coming up.
Yeah.
Just like an unstoppable. Oh man, this week. Oh, also, dick move AEW. Dick move. They put a live collision up against, the pre-show, and I guess a little bit Unbreakable. I'm not sure. I think it's 2 hours, but knowing them, they might go fucking 7 hours because they're AEW and they just love matches. But yeah, so they're up against. I shouldn't even have mentioned that. I'm sorry. I should just shut up about that. Never mention it anywhere, and then not many people will know about it, and then maybe no one will actually do it. So, what else do we have here? Okay, I think we got all the news, right?
Well, I guess TNA just broke news that they're going to be having a TNA wrestling street teams at some of
I just said one too, yeah.
cities at some of the upcoming events. I know that's nothing major, but
it's one of those weird things to me. It's like
interested in helping out, getting the word out about their shows. Might want to hit them up, help the cause.
Definitely. Where's that for? Do you remember? Vegas, probably? Probably Vegas.
For Irvine, California, Phoenix, Arizona, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And guess what? If you're doing this in Irvine, California, you might be able to meet X-Pac.
Yeah, and if you're in Brampton, Ontario, you can help out there too. So you can email Ross at media@TNA Wrestling.
Oh, wow, that's who's still there, Ross Foreman? Jesus.
Yeah, Dr. Ross.
You people have no idea. How hard it is. Ross Foreman must be the greatest human ever that he got through all those fucking firings. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they looked into every little fucking thing about these people once they found out about Scott and fucking orgies backstage with VIPs.
Yeah. It said you must be at least 18 years or older to do it. It includes hanging posters, distributing flyers, and more.
Okay. Ash by Elegance has been away in Australia, which is why I guess she's not even on Unbreakable, which sucks. But good God. Sorry, I just got a little Boston accent. Good God. Check out her Twitter account. She's just nonstop lately. Just showing how hot she could possibly be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She looks she's oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous, and I hope they do more with her when she returns.
Yeah, I kind of had to watch your thumb there when I was looking at it. My son was kind of lingering over my shoulder.
Yeah, I might get in trouble for that one. I think she's licking a. Is she licking a needle? Like a horror movie? Well, whatever. Ring of Honor announced a pure championship for the women.
Wow.
Ring of Honor.
Good luck with that.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Good luck with that.
I love talking about what's the name views, YouTube views, because that's all anyone has. Like even Dave Meltzer hasn't thrown out like what he thinks their Honor Club numbers are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't even imagine.
Instead of getting a few thousand, they'll probably get maybe a few hundred.
I mean, seriously, I cannot even imagine what. And then I heard people actually were talking about this week's Ring of Honor. You know why? Taya had her. What was I say? Taya had her boobs hanging out like crazy, and everyone was like, "Holy crap, who's this?" You know what I mean? People started looking into Taya because of her fucking tits.
Mickey James ain't going like
Seriously,
that.
like, could you imagine Taya, like Taya Valkyrie? Like, we know how good she is. Like,
Yeah.
she was. Like AAA fucking longest AAA female champion ever.
Yeah.
So, Jesus, they don't even they have no highlights. Okay, I think they're doing things differently. They just have highlights from 2 days ago. This is actually much better than they've been doing. Maybe someone heard me and they're faking views now. 5.3 thousand views from 2 days ago, and 4.4 thousand views from 3 days ago.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna compare that to TNA because, TNA is so far ahead. But I mean, just think about that: 5,000 views in a day. You all watch what? I don't know, YouTube, anything. Look at one of your favorite podcasts. Look at Chris Van Vliet, whatever the hell he is, whatever the hell his name is. You know what I mean? That would be terrible numbers for a podcast like Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking TNA's now for this week. Joe Hendry addresses championship 3 days ago, 175,000 views. Not a good week though. Not a good week. Mustafa flees Santana, 28,000 views. Cody Deaner, 22,000 with Moose. That's it. Goodbye. Get rid of him. Seriously. You put Cody Deaner on a fucking
but I mean,
thing and nobody clicked that.
But I mean, even Deaner, 22,000 against our Ring of Honor.
Oh, yeah.
It's still 4 times his best.
Yeah, but I mean, that one. And then, you know what the second lowest thing was? Yeah. A big picture of AJ Francis in the qualifier. Yeah. 25,000 views. Oh. Wow. Kazarian, 47,000. Man, this is a shit week for Impact, though. But here's a good example. 6 days ago, Danny Luna versus Maggie Lee Explosion, 14,000. So Explosion is doing just as good as highlights from Ring of Honor's latest shows.
And Explosion's doing better than Ring of Honor.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. It should be, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then if you go back 2 weeks, Ethan Page, go back 2 weeks. Yeah, and how about this? That got Steve Macklin 13 days ago, 10,000 views on the same Explosion show. The girls got 14,000 views in half the time. Santino announcement, 261,000. Ethan Page returns, 250,000. Ring of Honor has nothing close to that. But I mean, my point was they have nothing close to like a good podcast. Not even a good podcast. A decent podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
How many views Eric Bischoff gets?
You know what you ought to do sometime, Jay? You ought to check out some of the other ones, like see how MLW does.
Oh, I'm afraid to even.
See how they do next like Ring of Honor to see how they do.
It's probably close to Ring of Honor. But okay, here's a great example. Ready? Eric Bischoff, reports of AEW's Max are questionable. Now, this is a highlight from his podcast. You know what I mean? He posts a podcast, then he posts highlights from it. 12,000 views. Why not put that on television? These guys that talk about wrestling get more views than the fucking wrestlers that they're talking about. That's insane.
Yeah, why don't they put them on like Voice or something?
Seriously, why not put them on TV and not the wrestling?
Well, you'd think he'd be able to land some kind of TV deal with the Hervey.
Oh my God, it's the Hervey. Oh my God, it's the Hervey family. You're right. Okay, I thought it was the Harvey family. I ran into a Harvey family recently, and I thought it was the Hervey family, and I got scared because of Bischoff. But here you go, really quick. Battle Riot, full show. Well, that doesn't count, but that got 52,000 views 3 days ago. MLW. Everything else, Hammerstone returns 9,000. Hager versus Lawler from God. They just post old shit. So 7,000, 10,000, 8,000, 11,000. Jacob Fatu versus Hammerstone. To be fair, they posted this like at a really good time. 184,000. So I mean, what they get viewed on is old matches that they had, like Jacob Fatu versus John Hennigan. You know what I mean? And they're probably posting these during a Raw, which is smart. But everything else, like anything recent, is getting like 10, 5,000. So yeah, same as Ring of Honor, not even close to TNA.
Yeah.
And for shits and giggles, let's finish off with the National Wrestling Association Alliance. Since I'm not going to call them just the National Wrestling Alliance anymore. That's not what they are. They're a joke of whatever that used to be. And now Gail Kim is there, which is great. I mean, good God. I said she's not going to AEW. She's not going to WWE. 1.7 thousand views. 2.2 thousand views. Oh, my God. 2.1 thousand views. 1.8 thousand views. Jesus Christ. They have one from 5 days ago with 970 views.
I would have thought with Mark
BQ is probably more watched than the NWA YouTube.
I'm just going to say with Markova all over, like I seen her all over the place. I would have thought it would have got like higher than that.
Yeah, well, they're not smart enough to put her on the thing for anything recent.
Yeah. Well, they
can't find
her. And May, what's the other lady? May
Valentine.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's there. I'm not sure if she's still wrestling, but yeah, good God. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, my God, this is making me sad. Jesus. I mean, if we put all of our numbers together, again, these are matches this is stuff on YouTube. So, like, they're not on podcast stuff like us. We're pretty goddamn close to NWA. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. Yeah. Okay. So, fuck, what else? I guess we gotta get to the show now since we're out of news. I thought there was one more news thing, but I guess not.
Yeah, we don't be on other promotions.
Yeah.
That's not our intent. We just happen to do that this week.
Except AEW, which we enjoy. And sometimes WWE, like John Cena.
Their mystery is our game.
I wrote an article titled WWE Misses Empty Net Botching John Cena Heel Turn. This dude came out, it was the hottest thing in the world. Like, what, a month ago? Like, Cena has been out like maybe once or twice since. It's been terrible. Like, they never mentioned the other dude. I'm actually blanking on his name. The singer dude. I mean, he ended up punching Cody, and like he really made him bleed, and people weren't sure if it was real or not. Travis Scott.
Oh, okay.
Remember that thing? Like he punched Cody, and people weren't sure if it was real.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think we now know it was definitely real because like he hasn't been back on television. So like it's kind of similar to the friggin' what's his name? Like it's kind of similar to I don't know. I want to say the NWO because that's too much, but maybe a little bit like if Hulk Hogan came out and then he didn't come out with Hall or Nash. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I get where you're coming from on that.
Like we never saw Hall and Nash again, and it's like, wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, it still pains me to hear like that Hall's not longer on this planet. You know.
Oh yeah, let's say I was going to say it's sad. I forgot about that, but yeah. Rest in peace, legend. Sorry, you just messed me up now. Everyone can blame Gary in the comments section if I make a mistake here for making me sad for a second. But, okay. I had to fix something in my article, so that worked out. I didn't notice, and I made a mistake, and I had to fix it. It was about the creepy locker room part of that story, which, goddamn, I need to look into that after. What the fuck? Why is everybody so goddamn creepy? That was part of fucking Scott's crew. Holy shit. Fuck.
Yeah, what kind of freak shows did he hire?
Seriously. And I mean, I think I've told this story about a VIP that said, like, he literally told me he had a three-way. A VIP told me he had a... Sorry.
Why better not call this TNA Wrestling? Why better just call it BDS and
Yeah, seriously. Christ. And I almost did it again. I almost just went downstairs to make coffee. Jesus Christ.
Okay,
I'm just never going to remember this. Okay. I think that's everything in terms of the news. Now we can get to the actual show. But please let us know if you have Impact. If you have YouTube TV, check that out. I mean, can you get to it? Let us know about the Red Zone thing. Because I read, like, if you have Red Zone, but I don't know if that means if you have Red Zone on YouTube TV. And I've also seen some people respond, like, yeah, no shit. But no, assholes. You're thinking about YouTube. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of people aren't getting the difference between YouTube and YouTube TV. Like, TNA's been on YouTube. You can buy whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
And not to mention, it's a lot cheaper than cable from what I'm seeing.
Totally.
Like, I pays like a shitload of money for.
Oh, I'm telling you, I have YouTube TV. It's great. Like, and I haven't even looked at how much this thing is. I think it's $9 or something, if I want. But I have Red Zone, so I'm still trying to figure that shit out. But I'm totally gonna get this for, and now I have a legal way to watch TNA. There were other illegal ways, which I never used, obviously, because I never break any laws. But
do you know if that airs the same exact episode on Thursday night?
Yeah,
do you know?
It's gotta be. I mean,
no.
And if it's got the Fight Network is right there. So wouldn't the Fight Network air it anyway?
Yeah, just make a mental note or something, like check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Or whatever this week.
Well, of course, my let's just say I have whatever. I have my father's YouTube TV, which my father just canceled his YouTube TV. I'm like, really? Yeah. Right when they get TNA?
No, sorry, no.
Also, how about the fact? Do you remember when we talked about this?
Yeah.
We told people, call fucking, you know how you get on YouTube TV? You fucking ask them. That's it. TNA might not know they're on YouTube TV. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Like, it's not like we go through the thing. It's like once they get a number of people asking, they just like, fuck it, here you go.
Yeah, they're all over the place. Like, they're on Pluto TV with the one sub channel, and I don't know. I found them on other free streaming services too. That I don't even think half the people in the world even know they're on there.
Totally not, and they need to promote that shit.
Yeah.
Even if you're not making money, I mean, whatever. I'm sure they're making money off everything, but I mean, like the free, like what did you say, the free one you just said, Tubi? No, not Tubi.
Oh, Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto. Tell people about fucking Pluto. They have an all-day channel, don't they?
Yeah, they're fucking... That thing, like, I put that up there with Tubi because, like, they have a shit ton of... Like, it's got everything. Like,
yeah, the commercials are annoying, but I mean, whatever. Pretend you're back in real life, and they do stick them kind of together for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay. Time for TNA, everyone. You can all get out of here if you just like us talking shit about stuff. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Oh, God, I sound bad. Can you hear my voice? I'm starting to lose it.
No, I can. You're good. We're reviewing the 10th, the
April 10th from St. Joseph Civic Arena in St. Joseph, Missouri, with Tom Hannafan and the dramaless king, Matthew Raywalt. Yeah, I liked here that they got a bunch of shit for Unbreakable.
What's that?
I liked about this show they got a lot of shit done for Unbreakable.
Oh, yeah, me too. And again, I'm just going to go off the record or on the record or whatever and say, still pretty awesome crowd this week. Still don't get where people were saying it was an empty house or thought we were going to have a...
No, I know exactly where they got it from. I was watching. The first pictures that came in from this show were shitty. And then a bunch of really good ones came in hours later. And like everyone was like, "Oh, okay, it's all good." Like after hours of complaining, like, "Was this gonna look terrible on TV?" Mostly Asylum, but I mean, I saw it on Twitter also. Like, it's gonna look terrible on TV. And then one picture came out, and they were like, "Oh, it's all good."
Yeah, I seen an early picture, and it was a really bad picture. It showed like the ceiling. And
exactly. I mean, somebody might have showed one from fucking. You know what I mean? That might have been from like hours before the show started. Just that might have been from a dick. You know what I mean? But exactly, everyone was complaining about it, and then they got pictures at the end. And they're like, "Oh, it looks great," and the crowd sounds pretty good too. Ethan Page came out.
Don't let anybody sell you short. You did good.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan Page, I thought did a really good job. Really liked the opening. He felt bigger than he did, and he kind of explains why he's bigger than he did. You know, and he pointed out he beat Joe Hendry. Oh, definitely. Yeah, he feels like a. Yeah, I think it's just.
Yeah, I mean, I like his gimmick too. Like he points at his face, like me.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, yeah. And I feel like he kind of had the same. I feel like he had the same gimmick, but he didn't deserve it at the time. Or like I didn't buy it because he wasn't like a champion. But like now that he comes back as a former tag, longest. I think it was the longest running tag team champions in TNA.
He feels like a cut above.
Yeah.
Like now.
It's like he got his stripes, and now he came back.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I love it. I thought it was great. So Kazarian came out. Kazarian came out, and I thought it was interesting because it was like two total assholes. Like, how do they deal with each other?
Oh, yeah. Because what did he goes something about? Well, good. He goes no. He goes he goes, he said something like, I hate you, but I think I hate this crowd more than I hate you, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny seeing two heels, bash the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd was bashing them back, which was really good. Like,
yeah.
Nice job by the crowd. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. We had a little technical issue. We were talking about Kazarian and Ethan Page, and then we went on to talk about a bunch of other things for 20 minutes, and it turned out we weren't recording. So, back to Kazarian and Ethan Page. Two great heels. I don't know. Well, we didn't mention this last time, so we might as well do it now. Who wins? Which of them walks away with the title? Spoiler, Joe Hendry is going to be there, even though they said there would be an announcement later.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
Oh, well, I mentioned that I think Kazarian's going to get the title for some reason. I don't just get this funny feeling.
Any chance All Ego gets it?
Well, if he does, that would technically be the second win over Joe Hendry in a sense.
Yeah, I feel like once he said I beat Joe Hendry, I was like, he's got no chance now. Like, it's just one of those things.
Yeah. So.
Damn it, Robles.
Unless Joe defies the odds with his injury, and
totally
retains it, but then who's his next challenger going to be? Because then, kind of moves Kaz down the ladder again, and then, Ethan goes away. You know what
totally.
I mean? So, who do you put? You got Moose, who's got the option C.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I don't think so. I think they're going to go with, I think it's Kazarian. Mostly because who the hell's left for Joe Hendry to face? Nobody.
And honestly, I think Slater's going to get the X Division title at Ultimate X anyway.
But seriously, pretend Hendry wins. Who does he face next?
I don't know.
Ali?
That's a very good question.
Moose? There's literally a handful of guys that he hasn't beaten.
Unless they go 11th hour and bring somebody over from WWE. Somebody mentioned why not bring in Drew McIntyre? He's a fellow Scotsman.
How about seriously, people laughed at the fact that a WWE person might come. Imagine. We fucking had one. We had one, and this douchebag, one fucking guy said, nah, we don't want the Miz, a former WWE champion, to beat Joe fucking Hendry. I'm sorry, the singing guy. That's what he is, folks. What's your favorite Joe Hendry match ever? Go ahead. Leave it in the comments. Seriously, he's not a great wrestler. You know what I mean? He's getting... This is the maximum he's totally maxed himself out. Not letting him... and we don't know that like you mentioned, he would lose to the Miz clean. We don't fucking know that. No one knows that. It's WWE and TNA.
Yeah.
I do... I mentioned, I don't know if I said it on here or not, but they want Hendry. Don't you think that? WWE?
Yeah.
For down the line or something. So why would they make him look bad?
Honestly,
they wouldn't bury the guy on fucking Raw.
Any storyline you could go with too is because we're Irish hate, don't the Irish hate Scots.
Holy shit!
Britain,
So this.
All that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, you know better than me. I'm an American.
Why couldn't you bring in Sheamus to face
Ariel Schnerer? That's why. Ariel Schnerer. That's why.
Yeah.
Seriously,
that's true.
I never thought.
I could see Sheamus fight.
I did not think there would be a chance of. I did not think there would be a chance of. And listen to me. This might have been really close to being a thing. Hendry was tweeting about when they were in Glasgow. That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
That's when this might have been from. You know what I mean? But I forget. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they did have some big overseas plans. Remember, because we had mentioned
exactly. And he kept mentioning, and Hendry kept tweeting about it. But I don't know about it. I don't know about the timing when Schnerer was fired. So that might have been after that. But goddamn. Seriously, let us know what you think. Just how about TNA champion being on fucking Raw in a fucking segment with a former WWE champion, and fuck everyone who's the Miz sucks. No, he doesn't. He's pretty goddamn good. He's a great company guy.
Not really. you're not losing anything if you're facing pretty much anybody. WWE
Totally on Raw in front of millions and millions, as opposed to
you know what I mean?
as
Like,
opposed to what, the
so,
100,000 that I may be watching right now.
you know, anybody.
And could you imagine the entrance he would have gotten? If they did it in Glasgow, he might have been the most over person on fucking Raw in Glasgow.
It would have been like some like CM Punk stuff.
Like it would have been like Cody and
Imagine
Punk.
the chance
Like
he would-
I'm telling you, like Cody. It's actually more Cody and Rollins these days because their songs are so goddamn singable. Like they go to the UK, they literally just sing like 5 minutes of the song. Cody just stands there with the microphone, like
I know. I see what Cody and Cena, like it's wow, it's just so goosebumps.
Yep, and they ruined it. And somehow they ruined it by not having either one of those motherfuckers show up for like 3 fucking weeks or whatever. I don't know. Maybe check Cena's schedule the next time he does one of the biggest heel turns in the history of wrestling. Like it looks like they really didn't check his schedule.
Hate on Cena all you want. He's one of the best talkers in the business.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I'm sure he's a good dude. Okay, so Mustafa Ace Austin, not sure if we got to that. Fuck, we didn't. God damn it. Okay, we already talked about this, but we're gonna have to do it again quickly. Mustafa Ace, DQ. Ace does a really awesome dive where he took them all out, but then he got his ass kicked at the end. Ace was about to get his head taken off by Ali with a chair. Mike Santana makes the save. Looking like a horror villain, standing on the apron. That was really cool. And then, wait, did Santana hit him with a chair?
No, I think it was Mustafa hit. Didn't he hit Ace with a chair? I believe, right?
No, he stopped. Santana stopped.
Okay, I was thinking he hit.
No, and then we were just laughing about this because this was funny or impossible. So he made the save, and then like nothing really happened except the commercial. And then post break, we see Ali and everyone running to their car. Somehow, magically, similar to the Undertaker, Santana was already behind the wheel.
Oh yeah, we made light of it, kind of comparing it to the movie Trap with John.
Yeah, that part got cut out. Unless it didn't, then you're gonna hear this twice. Sorry, everyone. But yeah, also good movie Trap. I think it's on. Was it Netflix? Free now?
Yeah. Netflix. Yeah.
Super cool, and again,
really good.
This is the second kidnapping in I think 3 weeks on TNA, which is just hysterical. This is the most like fucked up feud ever, and I just love everything about that feud. And then here's an opposite. Well, again, I don't know. This is kind of fun. Diener
to
and
be fair,
sorry.
I thought all the members of what do they call them? I can't remember. They call them something for the name of the team.
Wait, who?
They have a name of the faction. Ali's team, something for. I can't remember what they're called now.
How the hell did I miss that?
I thought all the members had gotten out of the car, but apparently we look and Skylar is still in
me too. Yeah, I think he grabbed his head and he bashed it against the thing when he realized who it was. Yeah.
I thought they all got out. I was like, oh shit, where's Skylar?
All right, I do love our guy. Skylar is getting a lot of TV time, and he's funny and whatever. We'll get to that in a minute. So, Cody Diener and Moose. I don't know. I'm curious how fans think about this. I mean, I just read the numbers. People aren't clicking it. I'll tell you that. But this was a good job. I mean, like this Diener thing works when the crowd is great. Like this crowd was great, and they were into him. You know what I mean? Like they were loving everything Diener was saying. Like usually it's the opposite.
And I think it worked here to his credit because he was given 2 minutes to see if he could earn a title shot.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the crowd and fans alike like a countdown for just try
like a 1, 2, 3 kid kind of thing. Who I wrote about earlier.
That kind of thing.
And
he stayed alive for 2 minutes. I mean, he did run around the ring, but it's legal.
Yeah.
And, he kept himself alive to get a title shot. Tom Hannafan referred to it as Moose was playing with the mouse a little too long.
Yeah. I like that because Moose could have killed him in like a second, and he pulled him up so that he lasts 2 minutes, and then he beats him in 28 seconds after a spear. The system beats him down. The Rascals come in for a save. which quickly leads to a match to Rascals versus System, which I like. But again, 6-minute match. Like, what the hell happened to long TNA Impact matches?
Yeah, it's definitely going the way of MLW for sure. I used to hate on MLW. I think that's why I stopped watching them because of that. And I don't like this trend TNA is doing, but I do like the flow of the show. So,
Here's what I think. Just if anyone gives a shit, I think we're in a TikTok world. Well, no, we are. We are in a TikTok world.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people cover pro wrestling that are fucking not our age. You know what I mean? Like, young people don't cover pro wrestling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
ADHD kind of world or whatever.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know
like,
what I mean?
I used to always make fun of that show, Speed, the WWE show.
Yeah, I kind of laughed it off, but I'm kind of not seeing the
totally. Totally.
There wouldn't be 4,000 fans at some of these shows.
Totally. And look at the views on the Speed tweets. Like 2 million, whatever. Yeah. Like, it's being watched by millions of people. It's still a TV show. It's a show. I mean,
there's a few people on Asylum that are keeping kind of logs of how well they're getting tweets on some of their shows. They're getting like 4,000 and 5,000 tweets during the show. So
what, Speed?
Man, no, TNA.
Oh, okay.
So, pretty good for,
Yeah, I try to always tweet when shows are on. That is a slick move. Anyone out there should try it. Get a lot more views, for example, if you post about wrestling during Raw, What do we miss here? Hang on. Mike Santana kidnapped Skylar. Seriously? 411 guy writes.
Probably one of my favorite in the show.
411's Hole wrote, threatening him with violence. Really? That's how you get there? Santana teases hitting him with his shovel, but pulls up. Now, that was good. I really thought he was going to knock him the fuck out with his shovel. So, like, he's going to get him to what? Rat on Mustafa, probably? I think. I don't know. Something like that. Or maybe he turns on him during the match. You know what I mean?
Skylar's not going to dare to do anything against Santana going forward.
Well, that's what I mean.
I feel like
so
he's
yeah.
Gonna,
Do you think? Yeah. Do you think that goes far enough to where maybe he turned?
I honestly think it could be because I think Santana's like, he's using you. Yeah. He's like, when he's done with you, he's going to throw you away. He just wants you.
I think he kept saying, like, where is he now? Like is he out looking for you or anything? Like, no. But yeah, very good stuff. Alicia versus Macklin. Eddie versus Macklin with Alicia there. Just went 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is a long TNA match these days. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing for me to complain about because I'm not a big fan of the whole match part of pro wrestling.
And I can't say it enough. Again, hats off to Alicia in the right ring placement, outside the ring, grabbing legs when she
totally.
Eddie the upper hand.
I always say it, legit the best. She went from nothing to legit the best manager.
Yeah, and I didn't really see it at first, but then like some of the stuff Robles was saying, like
she always does the little things. Yeah.
Yeah, and her hair has been looking top notch.
Oh, she looks. How about her outfit?
Yeah, honestly, I think I've gotten a bit of a crush on her.
How about her outfits?
Yeah.
Would she have a leather skirt on this week?
Quite a looker.
Definitely. TNA. It's in the name. Yeah. Use it, and they are. So Eddie wins while I think Alicia handed him the ring, right? The system ring. So he hit him, and then he hit the Boston Knee Party, 8 minutes. Eric Young was there.
That Boston Knee Party looked really spot on.
Oh, yeah, it's great move. Eric Young was there just staring with his group, which, I don't know. It's kind of confusing, but I mean, like, Eric Young did what he said, you know what I mean? Or Eric Young did what Macklin said. He stayed away, but he did kind of have their back. I mean, I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah. He kind of like raised his hands like, what could have been, but he said wait at the ramp or don't come out and help and see what happens.
Yeah, totally.
Lost, but we weren't there for you, so.
Poor Macklin's getting mind-fucked all year. Okay, lastly, Joe Hendry comes out.
So, I just hope I don't get Macklin so mind-fucked that he takes this ball and goes South
Yeah,
Beach or
I know. Yeah.
you know what I mean.
I'm afraid that could happen, but we'll see. Hopefully he's friends with Triple H or some shit, which I think he might be. Joe Hendry comes out, said he has a bad rotator cuff injury, but he's defending the title. Kazarian comes out, said he's going to win because he's stupid enough to care about the fans, whatever, wanting him to defend the title. He could beat him right now, which Hendry is fine with, but there will be a tag match at Rebellion, which, okay, yeah, that was announced.
Bit of a running joke going with that last bit with Joe Hendry down there talking about the rotator cuff injury. And then he's spotted on Twitter. He's throwing out a pitch.
Come on, Joe.
Probably not the wisest thing to put on there.
Come on, Joe. Damn it.
Live the character a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Or at least wait until after something or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, I've probably seen like 20 tweets or Instagram posts from him, like doing this.
Somebody goes, yeah, but he has another arm. And it's like, yeah, but still, I mean, you're still twisting your body. And,
yeah.
Not too smart. I wouldn't have did it.
Yeah. This is a pretty fair line. This was a show designed to build up next week Unbreakable as fast as possible. It worked in theory, but Unbreakable isn't looking like the most thrilling show. Yeah, I guess that's pretty fair. It's nice to have a card together, even if it's just a big preview for Rebellion. Again, a little mean, but fair. I mean, we said we hated the idea of having two, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's 10 days apart. It's like kind of pointless, but then again, we kind of commend them at the same point because we didn't think they would throw it together like this because like now they're treating Thursday night's episode as a pre-show.
Yeah, I was at the point where I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to watch this fucking Impact this week because, like, why would I? You know what I mean? That would then I would have to watch 5 hours of wrestling instead of like 3.
Yeah.
But now they made it interesting with the card. I like the pre-show.
Yeah.
Or Impact.
And Impact kind of what we wanted, though. We wanted more TNA in a sense. We're getting
totally
getting more TNA programming without even really.
And again, it's cool. I mean, it's not like they throw some shit card out there. I mean, this is it's half NXT. And
keep in mind, anything can happen on that Unbreakable card because it is live.
And again,
you know what I mean?
And especially with NXT right there, like we know NXT is there because they're doing the.
Yeah.
So whatever, pretty exciting, and guess that's it for.
Yeah, I don't have any. We pretty much tied up the loose ends on any news that I know of, unless if we forgot any news tonight, drop it in the comments.
And let us know about that other thing, the YouTube TV thing, if you can have it. If you noticed when it came, I feel like it has to be incredibly new because I swear, you know me, I look at friggin'. Like I watch TV all the time. I would have seen it. Like it wasn't even buried. You know what I mean? It's not like a TV. It's not like it's buried at the bottom where I wouldn't have seen it. It was right there.
And speaking of the commenters, thank you for leaving comments last week and the weeks prior.
Yeah, again, Gary is a disaster right now. He can't even like your comments, which leaves everything to me.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, I've just brought back my other podcast with Robles Wrestle Voice. That'll be linked somewhere. We also did an Unbreakable thing, and it's really fun because it's like the literal opposite of this podcast, where I don't get to talk. I'm the Gary of that podcast, and Robles is the me of that podcast, and it's fun. Like it was frustrating in the beginning. I'm like, because you know me, like I'm dying to talk a lot, but whatever. He's a fun dude, and it's cool.
He's got a lot in his mind about the different wrestling promotions. I don't have the time or energy for anything Robles has going on. So
he's just nonstop. He's amazing. He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Also, opposite of a shout out to whoever we tried to hook up last week, because we got shitty views and a bunch of downvotes. So where were the people who wanted us to say, you know what I mean? Whatever. I'm sure it was fucking that whole group, like little bitches, fucking whatever. Go fuck yourselves, TNI. Friends with Jared Gerard, I'm sure, this clown. I'm sure they retweeted that shit. I'm sure they talked about that shit. This whole little weird section of TNA fake Impact fans. Fuck off. You suck. We don't need you. You're a bunch of assholes. You were crying about WWE your whole lives. Me and Gary were kind of open to it. Like we were open to AEW working with TNA. You all just find these little miserable things to focus on. Just be happy for now. They're working with goddamn WWE. We could have had Joe Hendry on Raw if it wasn't for one asshole, the same guy who screwed me over who was also involved in screwing me over for tickets. Ariel Schnerer, the Little Mermaid, I call him because Ariel, and I could never say his last name. Whatever.
Keep in mind too, if you're part of that street team, they said they will give you free tickets to the show. So if you're in those areas, why not?
And if you only heard about that street team, thanks to us, we deserve some of that. So send us some money or whatever. You can do that by, I think, leaving cash in the comments. I believe that works. Okay, we'll be back for Rebellion. Should be awesome. Hopefully some crazy shit happens. If AJ Styles shows up in Unbreakable, please give me credit. And that's about it.